No, damn, it's actually fully charged. Hey Google, dining room lights 100. Okay. Okay. Hello. Have a great time.
Mikrofonen slått av.
You don't say microphone slått av. Thank you very much. That boy is having an issue where where it disconnects from the network, so instead of having that one react as well, which I don't have internet, I'll just have the hub in the living room actually react, so lol. So welcome back to my channel, Nicolab here, back today with just a general update video, I guess, whatever the fuck not. I was supposed to upload a update from the car and karaoke video here before I went up north, but I don't know if that video ever got exported or what. I can check if it was exported. Getting it uploaded from here on the other hand is gonna be very hard. Why, you may ask? Well, because we are we are doing VPN fancy shit, so I can go in here and actually go to my local network drives and see if it got exported. The FEC video and that FEC is here is in here. Those are here. But no, that other video is not here. So no, we do not have that boy. So yeah, so if you're wondering how it's going, I mean it's going fine. We have gotten over all of the like sorrows and stuff. So basically yesterday, or not yesterday, now it's 2 days ago, but Tuesday, I mean it went fine. The church went fine. The graveyard went fine. Well, I mean, I guess it's technically speaking a graveyard, but you get my point. So, and then we had a cafe where we was eating cakes and drinking coffee and soda and whatever, but not having fun, cleaned up there. Then we got quote invited up to my other aunt, not my aunt with the blue car, not Mona, but my other aunt. So got stuck up there for like a few hours and then came home, done deal, tired. Mom fell asleep on the sofa, on the couch, because she had a headache. I went in the shower and then done those 2 videos that you guys will have seen before this one, because those I'm gonna upload from here. Which reminds me, the next time we are on Fauske, I need to pick up a hard drive or an external SSD of sorts, if they have that on Elköp, on Fauske or Bod or whatever. Because currently I forgot to bring my mom's like HDD backup, and I completely forgot about actually buying an external HDD before I was up here. And of course I got reminded about that after most of my money had already gone out, so currently I'm kind of broke, we could say. Is that fucking Paddaru Krisul, lol? So yeah, we've been watching Thoughtless stream. She's actually got the voice now and all of that stuff. So the streams lately have been wild. I tell you what. So yeah. So basically today or yesterday now though, we took and drove down to Bodø. So we didn't find the L, the like practice driving L this morning, so although it may be a tad illegal, I drove down to the shop and then to my aunt, and then from there my mom drove and we used my aunt's car because the rear left tire is kind of flat and we still haven't gotten that connector onto the, or I never told you guys about this, but oh well, I can maybe pop in. Well, I deleted those clips, didn't I? Oh well, I probably have a snap clip still. So if I had those snap clips, I popped them in now. Basically, it's so tight up under there. Basically what they say is that you're supposed to take out the wheel well trim and then take off the plate underneath and then unscrew the headlight fully and take it out, and then swap the bulb that way. We wanted to do it the easy way. If just there could have been 2 pins like on Oscar's XC90, it would have been so easy. But no, even my S80, oh well, I don't think I have to go off at the entire bottom of the car, but it's still a pain to get it out. My plan is to try and see if I can get actually some full LED replacement headlights. So do blinkers new, so everything is LED. Both blinker and headlights and whatever. Just straight LED. And LED panels. Then as far as my dashboard goes, Oscar's gonna be doing a lighting mod on that one, adding some RGB strips or whatever behind there of sorts. He said he had an ID, so we don't have to replace the dashboard, and so I can get the dashboard in the color I want to have the dashboard in. Probably green or yellow, probably. So yeah, so that has to happen. The exhaust we got to do something about. I'm thinking about swapping out to, well, either I just do normal steel and then just heat resistive paint, and then I'm also gonna make some modifications to the exhaust system. Basically, I think there is now you have the manifold, and then you have the middle muffler, then you have the cat, then you have the rear muffler, then you have the output. Then I have to check up on the sound regulations for how loud your exhaust can be, but if I can, I might just cut out that middle muffler and only have the cat and the rear muffler, since as far as emissions sake go, as long as the catalytic converter is there, they don't really care, especially on that old of a car. So if I can put just a straight fucking pipe from the manifold split off, or split off and split up from the main pipe going off from the manifold, because it's a V5, so it's only on one side. If it was a V6, then I would have had 3 on each side maybe, but that's mostly on gasoline. But oh well, my point is anyway, if I can just put a straight pipe from there to the cat and then have the cat, I can't have it too far back, but pretty far back. If I can move it, then I can just have like a real short ass pipe between the catalytic converter and the rear muffler. Of course, we'll have to see about this depending on heat, because I don't know how much heat the muffler can take, although One thing I can say is that with the exhaust I have now, at least if you hold the throttle at about 2003 or about 1008 whatnot, and hold it there for quite a while and rev it once in a while and whatever, let's just say you can create a decently sized melted all the way down to the grass hole in the snow if you stand there for long enough. Yeah. So lol. So if I can do that, then I'll do that. And then of course, in the end, one thing I'm gonna kind of prioritize, but I'm gonna take that later down the road, because as I said, I wanted to throw some Natasha wrap on it eventually, although probably the closest place I can go to get that done, if not any place in Sweden, it's probably gonna be Germany. So to get that done, it's gonna be a road trip and a half, but oh well. If I do it after I get my license, it's not really a problem because I love driving, and if Oscar feels up to it, then maybe he will come along. If not, I bring along some other friends, maybe some cats friends. I don't know, we'll see what happens. I need to get that up, but basically, since I'm planning to probably go for a high school DSD wrap, I'll probably go for a red color. Now, technically speaking, my favorite character in that way from high school DxD on top of Neckos would be Koneko, but the thing is that I want to have something that will kind of hold itself clean for a while. If I were to go for Koneko as the main, I would have to probably go for a white base coat per se, but it would take so short time before it gets fired again. So what I'm gonna do, if I can find a wrap which is, well, Ria's the MC, whatever the frick his name was again, Issei, and then Koneko in front, then that could maybe work. Anywho, my plan is to put a red, not a like super like bright ass red, but like a little bit darker, like that fits like a mix of the light tones and the dark tones of Rias's like both attire and her hair, because her hair is pretty red, so I'll probably match it a lot with the hair, but probably then mix in some of the darker red from say her skirt or something into the same mix, and then have that be my main spray of the car, because currently right now with the grey paint that's on there, the clear coat is starting to peel off. It will be fine, but that car is gonna need a respray anyways, because I need to, because the wrap would look a little bit weird with a high school DxD wrap on a grey car, but oh well, I mean it will work. But so yeah, and generally the lacquer is tearing off, and I'm gonna have to, well, first of all, I want it to look pretty in the first place, but also on the thought that I will maybe be keeping the car up. My plan is to keep the car pretty much until it can't be driven anymore, unless I win a lot of money and decide to buy myself a Chevy Camaro or something, and then wrap that one, because if it's not a Volvo, it's gonna be a Chevy Camaro or something like that. Of course, if I go for a newer one, then I can't do as much as far as the custom audio. Well, I could probably still do a custom audio and stuff, but it wouldn't really be any point, because I mean, I could maybe add a subwoofer, but like in the ground reason, if I buy a Camaro new, I can anyways add like, what is it, like the Bose audio upgrade package anyways. So the sub in the car, there will already be a sub in the car, and it will already be powerful enough anyways, and the car would also be sound treated for the higher bass output, so that wouldn't be a problem either. The only question is, if I go for a Camaro, do I go for an automatic since that's what I'm going to be used to the most, or do I actually go for a manual? If I'm going to be completely honest with myself, and what I know half of you people are also going to say, go for a manual, because it is a sports car. Having the manual gear control is great. Not to say that you can't, if you are in the if you have the automatic Camaro, you can still switch it or put it into manual mode or keep it in drive and still sequential shift with the pad shifters. But there's just something about that clutch and having that actual 7 gear. I think the Camaro, the newer Camaros is actually a 6-speed gearbox. Oh well, 8-speed if you include reverse. I think they're actually an 8-speed gearbox. If not, they are a 7-speed gearbox. But I think the newer Camaros are a 8-speed gearbox, 7 forward plus reverse. I think. So we'll see. We'll see what they do. Anywho, my plan is to upgrade the Volvo, throw some modern headlights in it, modern undercarriage lights on it, replace the front brakes, replace the exhaust, do a mod to the dashboard so we can get some more lights in the dashboard. Or well, have the light we want to have in the dashboard, as well as have lights on my coolant temp gauge again. And then eventually, as I said, the DOB 160 or the DOB the DE S720 or the S720S or S720S Pioneer head unit, which is currently in the car, is going to be replaced with one of the same that Oscars has, the DOB 160. So then we'll have a screen and everything, and then I'll take and throw the S720 back into my sim rig and maybe build another rig only for that's only a sim rig, maybe with the other computer. I just need a new motherboard for it, and then that should be quite a capable sim only computer. And since the only thing that would be installed on that computer would be, well, basically NVIDIA drivers, Steam, and maybe Discord, and basic capture card drivers, because since I'm going to be doing that over a big format gaming display, if I can get something like or an ultra wide, if I can get something like a 1440p or a 4K 60 FPS capture card, I can just use that, or PCIe capture card for, if anything. I can just do all my recording and my audio routing through my main machine, and then just have the external system only process the gameplay. And because there would be like nothing else actually running in the background, then it wouldn't matter really. So good shit. Oh. So that's the plan as far as the car. You guys will have already seen, but basically as far as the PLC and the heating goes, what we have left there is pretty much oven is hooked on you here. Bathroom heater is on, floor heater is on, and kitchen heater is on. So the only thing left to run is the studio heater, the bedroom heater, and then lastly, if I get another oven, if it's needed, and another nipple, is the hallway heater. And then of course put up the VMA with the rod and stuff, and get the PID as far as the window for cooling the hallway as far as the server goes, optimum. And then of course all of that communicates via FC back to the the VMA gets its information over FC from the FEC or well, from the hallway NAT sensor through the FEC, through FC bus to the VMA, and then the VMA is sending back a damper percentage and PID status from the VMA back through the FC bus and then straight into the NIF or UI or ST. And we're still working on figuring out SDT, but we have basically figured out the problem. The problem is that there's something about how they did SNMP and DSIM before that got changed in update 18.06 of Windows 10. And because of that it doesn't work, so either we'll have to do some fancy command shit, or we'll have to try and dig after a old Windows build, a 1806 or older Windows build, or well, the change happened in 06, so the build before or older, install SCT, then update it, or then update Windows to the newest update in order to get it to work. So kind of a pain in the butt, but at least now we know how to do it. There is a script file to fix 13. Oh, but we don't know if it's actually licensed or not, since it's in the 10 folder. So if it is, then it's kind of a pain in the butt, because then we have to use 12. So yeah. So that's how that entire diddly do is. But also me and Jan may have a plan, and that will probably be a future video where we will rearrange kind of how things are set up in my living room, quote unquote, again, and try and get my living room, quote unquote, set up to a state where you can easily do VR there. Really, it's not really a problem, because, well, you can just lift the table up in the couch and then there you go, plenty of play space. But it's fine if you're doing like Quest Airlink or whatever, but when I get like a more proper cabled setup with like a HTC Vive or an Index or something, where I'll have a cable pulley in the roof or whatever and whatnot. My audio situation is gonna be an easy thing, because I'm thinking about just doing, because that's actually what Totless is doing. She's using an Antlion Audio wireless mod mic, and it has like 16 hours of battery time. So if I can just interface that with my X32, then no problem. And then, well, later the AG08 from Yamaha, which is gonna end up being my mixer that I use for streaming and all of that, so that way I can leave my X32 for all the other live studio stuff or recording stuff or multi-track stuff or virtual soundcheck or whatever the fuck. And only have that small mixer up top there, because what that means is that if I don't need the mixer, I can actually put it away or put it into a flight case and then move it out of the way. The same with my rack, because my plan eventually is to actually get the KRK Rocket sub. I'm probably thinking about getting the older 12-inch model and put there, which means the other subs can move out of the way and all that. The only thing that needs to be re-interfaced is my studio speakers, if I'm going to be running my main mixer through those. And then if I want to run the other subs and run it through the drive rack, quote unquote, in the rack, then I can. And I can just bypass the sub, so not really a problem. But then I have the possibility to remove that table, and then I can potentially move my table even more and make even more space for other stuff. So then I can maybe say, for example, maybe move my amps over to that side of the room, which I mean, it won't really help no matter which side of the room right there we have them, because no matter how you look at it, it's still concrete on either side, so it will still bounce. If anything, it'll probably get worse because then it goes towards the door, but I'm planning to get some kind of weighted sound dampening curtain of some sort over there anyway, so that should help as far as the bass frequencies in that corner goes. So basically what I'm planning is that if I can't find anything specific, I'm just gonna take 2 blackout curtains and then just sew them together on the end, and then just stuff insulation in it and then sew it together in sections, and then just sew the bottom after I've stuffed insulation into it, sew it together, and that should hopefully absorb a lot of the sound going over in that corner, and basically either absorb it or bounce back a lot of the bass back into the room, because currently most of my bass is escaping down in only that corner and out into the hallway even though the door is closed. So that is also an upcoming video. So yeah, I think I'm basically gonna call that it for these updates. I've been rambling on for almost 26 minutes, almost half an hour now. Just throw some music in the background, but that's at least how it's going and plans for upcoming videos. As far as for driving vlogs, as I said, it depends on my mom. If there is a day where maybe only me and her go down and I drive, then maybe I'll record a clip or a video on it, maybe, so you guys can see a little bit of how it is to drive in well, kind of in a little bit of the dark and snowy / slippery weather up here in northern Norway, from Sulritjelma to Fauske. I'm gonna take and remember to plug in my GoPro because it does, I don't know what it is, or well, if my battery indicator is anything to go by, it's 66%, and we have recorded for half an hour, which would be totally fine time, because you drive down on like 28 minutes, about half an hour in the summertime. If it's a little slippery, you can say 45 minutes. If it's like really bad, an hour, but usually around 45 minutes, so add on like 15, because instead of going 80 most of the places, we tend to go more 70, and in the turns we probably go down to like in some of the tight ones, like maybe down to 50 instead of 60, and in the really tight ones down to like 40, so tend to go like -10 from what you usually do on the summer. That's what I tend to do, at least, unless it's like a straight road-ish and it's pretty clear, then I can push at my normal speed, but just be careful, and then if you can do a brake check, just make sure that you know how much braking efficiency, quote unquote, you have to go on. How much braking power do you actually have on those type of conditions. So we'll see. If I can, I will record some a trip up and down or whatever, we'll see. But anywho, I'm gonna leave you guys off here. It's soon been half an hour, and then by any luck the next video will either be removing some snow or a drive. We will hope, or so I hope at least. And by any luck, since I've basically only been talking in this video should be pretty straightforward to edit, so it shouldn't take me too long. Should only take me like 5 minutes to create shit. So I want to say thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you did, I'll be greatly appreciated, and as always, check the links down below for my socials and my Twitch and all of that. Don't think I'll be streaming much up here, but I hope to come back strong with streaming when I'm back home again, after most of my projects have kind of been settled and done. If everything goes to plan and I get my computer to cooperate with me. So yeah, so other than that, stay tuned and stay awesome, Ow, that's a toasty GoPro. And Nick will have the heck out of here.